Hey guys, it's me Charlie. Today's video I'm going to be making some crust eggshells. Here I got some eggshells that I've been saving. I actually have lots of eggshells. But what I do with my eggshells is once I crack them open and I make myself eggs, I save the eggs and I put them in the sink immediately and I rinse them out with a little bit of soap and water. You don't have to actually do that much soap, just like a tiny drop of soap. Rinse them really quickly. It doesn't have to be very thoroughly rinsed. And then after that, I let them sit to the side and dry. Now I have a gas oven, and gas ovens actually tend to stay hot all the time because they have the pilot light on and it's heating up the oven. And what I do with my eggs is I put them inside a cookie sheet. This is actually just a small half, like a loaf of bread cookie sheet. I had actually already done a bunch in a pan, and what I did is I stuck them in there and I just let them sit there. And by the time I'm done and I actually want to crush these up, what I do is, it's probably like 3 weeks to a month later, then I go ahead and crush them up. Once I crush them up, I get them to this texture. It's just this, a quick crush. You just take some kind of a, like a 2-liter pop or like a 1-liter pop, fill it with water. If it's already, done, you drink it all. And then smash it, or even just get a canned jar, like a spaghetti sauce that hasn't been opened yet, and just smush all this up. Once you get this broken down to this size, then you want to go ahead and get out your Cuisinart or your whatever you use to, grind up stuff. Coffee grinder is a little too small, but you could use it. And then you go ahead and you want to add your shells that have already been kind of crushed. And you're going to want to break this down really small. You want to get it down as close as you can to powder. I actually already did some of it before I made this video. And actually, I'm going to put the rest of this in there. And let me show you. This is actually the powder. I don't know if you guys can see that because I'm kind of looking at the camera funny. This has already been crushed up as fine as possible, and I went and touched it. It didn't really hurt my fingers, so I know it's not going to hurt the birds. This is going to be great for your finches, your parakeets, your button quills, anything that needs small amounts of calcium pieces to be able to consume. This is a good size. You can put this in their wet food. You can put it in their vegetables, fruits. You can just put it in a little teeny tiny container and hang it up in the cage somewhere, and they'll pick at this whenever needed. That's actually a better idea because this will last longer and it's guaranteed that they'll eat it up as much as they can. When you put it into something like wet foods, those wet foods have to only sit for maybe more than 3 hours, and after that you have to throw away those wet foods. And then that's wasting all your calcium. So put this actually onto the side. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to close this up and, oops, what happened last time in my video? Turned it on the wrong way. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and leave it on as much as I can, and then I'm going to go ahead and touch it to make sure it's right. And I'll be right back and show you that. So let's turn that on. Alright, it looks like we got it down to where we want it. And we're going to check and find out. You'll notice it's going to have a little bit of a smell. It smells like cooked eggs. Yeah, cooked eggs. Alright, so I'm touching this. It does not hurt. You'll notice that when you touch crushed shells that you crush yourself, it kind of hurts a little bit. And if it hurts a little bit on your fingers, can you imagine how it feels on your bird's throat? Now, some birds actually do chew dried eggshells, and I actually take whole eggshells and I will throw it into their cages and they'll pick at it. But I find that 50% of the time, most of my birds eat it all, and a few of my birds don't eat it at all. And a few of my birds eat half of it and give up, or maybe eat 20% of it and give up. I think this is going to be much better because it's actually feels better on my fingers, so it's going to feel better on their throats. This texture is just right, so I'm going to go ahead and bag this, and I'll put it in my bag here. And this size bag filled is, let me look and see what it says here. It's a quart size bag. I don't remember how many eggs I used, but if you take a huge cookie sheet, the biggest one you have, fill it up with eggs twice. I think that's how many eggs I have in here. And this is free calcium. Well, you bought the eggs, but this is going to be something that you can recycle and give to your birds. You can also give this to your dogs too. Your dogs, your cats, because they need calcium too. So this is actually a great way to recycle. Make sure you cook it. If you do decide to cook it in the oven, either electric or gas, cook it for 15 minutes, 200 degrees, until the eggs actually become very brittle. Then they are dehydrated enough that they're cooked and cured. And I actually have some button quail eggs in here, Koternik eggs, and chicken eggs in here. Doesn't really matter what kind of egg you use. Just go ahead and save the eggs. Don't throw it away. If you don't have any pets at all, you can actually put this in your garden. If you want to do this process, save all your eggs, break it down like this, and add it to your garden, your compost, and it's really, really good for it. Alright, so if you guys have any questions on anything else that I make, looks like I'm going to be making another batch of my supplement food for my birds again. I'm probably going to boil the eggs. I have maybe, I don't know, maybe 2,000 eggs, and I'm going to boil them all. I haven't been selling any eggs on eBay or on YouTube, and so I have a lot of eggs. Actually, this does not fill up one quart. It's, look at that, it broke down to that. And I still have a few eggs, just a tiny bit, that I have to put in here. So I'm going to do that real quickly and then add it to this. But it's still, that was a lot of eggs and it break down to nothing. It's kind of like spinach. Alright, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. Message me if you'd like. I actually am on YouTube all the time, so it's better if you message me on a comment on one of my videos or a personal message. Comments are better because I can respond to them faster. Personal messages, I can try to get to them, but the comments overwhelm me, so I like to type back to you guys on that one. And if you can, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.